Hello and welcome back to your KORONA Studio training. Today is day 1, part 2, how to create products within KORONA Studio. Last time we showed you how to log into Studio, and today we're going to be making products. Let's get started. To get started, let's head over from Dashboard to Inventory tab and then Products. Within Products, you'll have a default amount of products there, usually about like 5 or 6. They usually come with different products there depending on what you might have chosen on kind of that other website there of what your business might be. Because I chose that I will be in a store that sells alcohol primarily, I have kind of default alcohol products here within that account. When you're making new products within your account, you can always send us an import with said products, and then we will import them for you. But if you'd like to make a new product within your KORONA Studio, you can click on the orange new button there, and we'll kind of walk through what everything means here. The number is the automatic generated number from the last product that was created in the KORONA Studio. That will be displayed here. You can always change this number by deleting it and making it whatever you might like. So like 299, right? And from there, then the next product you make will be 2,000 or 20,100 because you're starting from this last number here. In this next column here, we have a name for the product, so we can just name it test product here, such as shown. And just below that is the commodity group. What's a commodity group? Commodity group is almost like the folder for your said products. This will show when you're making like a button layout under this specific commodity group, or if you ever reference this commodity group or folder by filtering out the products in the last page we were in, this will kind of show up here. This almost holds all of your products within like a specific folder. For like example, if this was a specific beer, it would be under the beer folder. If this is a specific wine, it'd be under the wine commodity group. And just under that is general assortment. You just need general assortment just here. We'll cover this later. This isn't important as of right now, so you can leave just a general assortment default there. Listed, it will show you when the product was listed or when it was created on. And the sector is actually for your taxes. Sector actually holds the taxes for said specific products. So for example, if a couple of products were tax-free in your business, in your store, you can select the tax-free sector there. Or if they're taxed, you can select the general sector here. And I'll show you that kind of later here. As well as the alternative sector, yeah, if you wanted to change the sector, maybe this product can be taxed or tax-free on like a given day. We can link it to like a button and or like coupon promotion, whatever have you. The production type here, we don't have to worry about this. This is for gift cards and vouchers. Tags come in handy. Tags will be for when you're tagging a specific product. Maybe the tag links to a specific couponing promotion, or you need to filter the products by a said specific tag. And we can almost create like a new one. Like here we have some here. So like template, for example. On the right-hand side here, it shows you some additional information. Price, the minimum and maximum of how much you can change the price to. Is this product discountable or changeable? The check marks are right here for you. Usually we have these on, just in case you wanted to ever change the product there. We as well have the quantity denomination, container capacity. This is for specifically like inventory purposes, whether you want to track inventory and as well as product conversion. You want to make sure this is on here if this is a product that you're using with our inventory system. Required is such as like serial number, packaging, personalization. You won't need this on unless you absolutely want this here, depending on your business there. And your others kind of show is a stock on return unsellable, deposit product, independent subproduct discounts. This as well is not important when you're creating product here, at least in the beginning. If we scroll down here, we can see the prices box. And here we can click on the orange plus new price button. And from there, we can type in like a new price. So we'll look at this $6. We'll set this price box to $6 here. We'll hit save, and then that is now the new product. And as well, your product code's on the side here. Whenever you're creating a new product, you can either type in manually the code or the barcode that might be with the product, or you can scan it in into this box here. and then hit confirm, and then you now have a product code for your product, so you can scan it at your point of sale. The subproducts box allows you to add new subproducts or add tags for selection. Usually this is kind of with like products that maybe you're selling a sandwich and you want, toppings as a subproduct, or maybe you want to add tag for selection, which will allow for you to select a button with said product, and it'll bring other options up for that product. And those will be here. And then if we go down here, we have the supplier section. This is all your supplier information that you might want to need here. This is the last purchase price. This is very important, as it'll show kind of how much the last paid purchase price you paid for that specific product from the manufacturer. Exactly. So we're selling it at $6. Let's say we bought it at $3. So the last purchase price will be $3. We can choose a supplier here. Liquor vendor will be like our test. Order codes if you have them. Usually if we don't, we just kind of fill it in with one. But for right now, we'll just kind of fill it in with a random number. Description of the product. What is this product here? Let's say it's under the commodity group beer. We'll call it beer. And the container amount. This essentially we're saying how many of this product comes in said container at each individual price. So like, for example, if I'm buying them at $3 a piece, let's say I buy 4 at $3 each. Oops. Perfect. And then it'll automatically, if we click out of here, it'll automatically calculate that container price for me at $12. And so then we can hit confirm. And then if we go down here, we have some other options here. We can add images on a product by selecting an image here or adding an image here. We have containers. Containers is for products such as, this is great actually. Any alcohol stores that are kind of watching here, you can create containers amounts, which essentially it'll link to a container product, such as like a 6-pack or a 12-pack, and it'll kind of make this beer product here into that 6 or 12-pack. But we'll get into that into another video. Product descriptions. If you want a product description, you can add it here and fill it in the text field there, and then hit save. And as well as info text and verification requirements. We do not use verification requirements anymore. We actually use ID verification now. So you can scan IDs at our point of sale, and info text. You can kind of add an info text to said product under that receipt there. But once you're all done here and you've kind of walked through everything, you have now created your first product on Korona, and you can just hit save and then back. And now that new product will show here at the bottom as your newly created product. In the products fields as well, you can as well filter any of the products by clicking on the filter button and then add filter, and then it shows you kind of all the other filter options here. You as well may edit products here in the product section. So you can click on edit and then kind of mass edit all these products, all these options here for said specific products. And then once you're done, you may hit save. Let's go back there, and you can as well mass delete any products. So if we click and then we hold shift and then we click, it'll kind of select all the products in between. You can delete these products here as well. You as well have in the products page, you have a set prices tool. This will allow you, so if we select all the products here, this will allow you to mass set prices, and we'll go into this in a later date, but this will allow you to create or products for this specific products that you have set here by mass editing them as well. And that is everything under products. I hope you have fun and enjoy making your new products in KORONA Studio, and we'll see you on the next one.